In April 2022, Andrew Dawson, a TikTok user, posted a video claiming to have captured footage of a giant standing on top of a mountain in Canada. Take a look at this clip.
What is it?
It's a person, dude. No, seriously, pull over, pull over.
No.
It's a person standing there.
No, it's not.
Dude, if you seen what I seen right now?
The figure looks massive, too big to be a person, right? That's what got people talking. The internet exploded with theories, some claiming it was just an optical illusion, while others were convinced Andrew had captured something real, something unexplainable. But Andrew didn't stop there. In his next videos, things took a creepy turn. He said he was being followed by unmarked cars, no less. And it wasn't just once.
I just got stopped by like some CIA agent. He told me to turn around, said I'm trespassing. I said it's a public area, like a public park or whatever. Some local told me to take this path. I didn't get it on camera, but I'm gonna go again tomorrow and be prepared to be filming right now because he stopped the vehicle. His truck was blocking it. Said some like environmental issue was going on. I don't know. He told me to go back and said I was trespassing. I don't get it. It was awkward, but I'm going back again tomorrow to see if he's not there. But if he is there, I will keep camera. I will film because the only angle I could get that I found today is the one I just posted earlier, and there wasn't even anything there. But I don't understand why the road's blocked off. I don't know.
In one video, Andrew even pointed out what he believed were men watching his house. His paranoia was growing, and so were the number of eyes on him.
I think that's the same vehicle from... Hey!
This wasn't just TikTok anymore. It felt like something bigger was at play. After that, Andrew Dawson went completely off the grid. He took to social media to say that my videos were fake. Yep, you heard that right.
Hey guys, I just want to give you an update. I'm not dead. I have not disappeared. I have just been busy with life. I couldn't get around to posting and updating you guys, so now I'm going to give you an official update of what's been going on. Sorry to disappoint you guys, but all the videos that I posted were scripted. They're just fake. They were just strictly for entertainment. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. I just needed to give you a quick update.
And then came the video that really freaked everyone out.
You might not see me post ever again. My videos weren't fake.
In his final post, Andrew, visibly distressed, told his followers, "If anything happens to me, it wasn't an accident." Let that sink in for a second. Those were his last words to the public. Shortly after this video, Andrew Dawson vanished. Days later, reports surfaced that he had died. But the details were vague. No official cause of death was made public, and the internet was left with more questions than answers. What happened to Andrew Dawson? Susan Powell was a loving mother, a devoted wife, and by all accounts, an ordinary woman living in West Valley City, Utah.
Mountain time. Covering all my bases, making sure that if something happens to me or my family or all of us, that our assets are documented. Hope everything works out and we're all happy and live happily ever after as much as that's possible. Charlie, say hi.
She was married to Joshua Powell, a man who would become the central figure in one of the most disturbing missing persons cases in American history. On December 6, 2009, Susan was seen attending church with her 2 young sons, Charlie and Braden. Later that evening, she seemed to vanish without a trace. What happened that night would become a puzzle that would haunt investigators, her family, and anyone who has followed this case. The next day, when friends and family couldn't reach Susan, they grew concerned. When police entered her home, they found no signs of forced entry or struggle. What they did find was chilling. Susan's purse, keys, and cell phone were left behind. It was as though she had simply vanished into thin air. Joshua Powell, Susan's husband, quickly became a suspect, though he insisted he had nothing to do with her disappearance. His story was strange. He claimed that he had taken their 2 young boys camping in the middle of a freezing December night, leaving Susan at home. When asked why he chose to go camping in such extreme conditions, his explanation was vague and unconvincing. As the investigation continued, more disturbing details about Joshua's behavior and his family began to surface. Police discovered that Joshua's father, Stephen Powell, had an unhealthy obsession with Susan. Stephen had secretly taken voyeuristic videos of her and written disturbing journals about his infatuation. The Powell family home became a house of secrets, with the darker side of Joshua's and Stephen's personalities coming to light. But despite the oddities and mounting evidence pointing towards Joshua, Susan's body was never found, and no charges were filed. However, the horror of this story doesn't end there. In February 2012, more than 2 years after Susan's disappearance, Joshua committed an unthinkable act. During a supervised visit with his sons, Charlie and Braden, Joshua locked the social worker outside his house, trapped the boys inside, and set the home ablaze. He and his 2 children perished in the fire. It was a final, horrific twist in a story that had already shocked the nation. The tragedy of Susan Powell's disappearance continues to haunt all who know the story. Was Joshua responsible for Susan's death? Did he dispose of her body, hiding the evidence so well that she would never be found? And what role did his father, Stephen Powell, play in all of this? To this day, Susan's body has not been recovered, and her case remains open. August 9, 2013. It's just after midnight. Brandon Lawson, 26 years old, is driving along Highway 277, near Bronte, Texas. He's headed towards his father's house after an argument with his wife. The highway is long, dark, and empty, miles of nothingness stretching as far as the eye can see. But somewhere along that highway, something went wrong. At 12:54 a.m., Brandon Lawson made a chilling call to 911.
Seconds. 911 emergency.
Yes, I'm in the middle of the field. It's like we're just cruising some guys over. Right here going towards Javelin on both sides. My truck ran out of gas. There's one car here. Got taken to the woods. Please hurry.
Okay, now run that by me.
I'm not talking to him. I actually ran into him.
Ah, you ran into him. Okay.
That's the first guy.
Do you need an ambulance?
Yeah, no, I need the cops.
Okay. Is anybody hurt? Hello? Hello?
The call was fragmented, panicked, and downright disturbing. What was Brandon running from? Who was chasing him? Or was it something else entirely? Brandon's truck was found abandoned on the side of the highway. The gas tank was empty, just as he had said. His family and law enforcement searched the area, scouring the field he had mentioned in his 911 call. But despite extensive efforts, there was no sign of Brandon. The terrain was unforgiving, dense brush, jagged rocks, and rattlesnakes. But that's not the scariest part. Despite being just a few miles from town, Brandon Lawson vanished into thin air. And then there were the sightings. As the days passed with no answers, theories began to emerge. Was Brandon the victim of foul play? Could it have been a drug deal gone wrong, as some speculated? Or could he have encountered something far more terrifying, something that defies explanation? Some locals even spoke in hushed tones about the land surrounding Highway 277 being cursed, haunted by spirits long forgotten. Others whispered of strange lights seen in the sky that night. Despite the search efforts, despite the theories, Brandon Lawson was never seen again. His last known communication, a garbled, cryptic 911 call that only deepened the mystery. Did he run into something unnatural? And what did he mean by "a guy's chasing me"? Who, or what, was out there on that desolate stretch of highway? Brandon's family continues to search for answers, but the truth remains elusive.